Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another episode of Grey Man Operation. So as you saw from the intro today, we're going to be talking about the ever popular and almost influencer required sub-second draw stroke. Just want to add something to this, guys. I'm not an instructor. So everything you see and hear in this video is an opinion based on my own personal experience. Nothing is a recommendation. If you are or you have an instructor who says something contrary to what I say, believe them over me. So I'm going to talk to you about how I achieved a sub-second draw stroke. Then I'm going to talk to you about why I wanted to achieve a sub-second draw stroke. So the first thing, how I achieved it, is a couple of points. One, sight confirmation. I'm going to roll in a shot quickly where you're going to see this red asterisk on my red dot. From the moment I see the dot to the moment I break the shot. The very instant that red dot flashes over the target, I'm breaking a shot. So have a look at this. Like I said, the red dot's going to come into the lens, into the shot on my actual red dot, the red asterisk, when I see it and disappear when I break the shot. So for those of you who missed it, I'm going to play it back, reducing the speed by 80%. Let's have a look. Guys, as you can see, what is effectively happening here, and this is both achievable with my Glock 19 as well as with my Canik. By the way, guys, if you are a patron, if you're one of these people you're seeing flash on the side of your screen, I'm giving away one of these red dots at the end of October. That's to my patrons. If you want to become a patron, it's the first link in the video description below if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, it's the first comment. The moment I see that dot flash in front of my target, I'm breaking the shot. Now, let's have a look at it the way I would do it ordinarily when I'm not going for a sub-second draw stroke. So in case you missed that, let's do it in slow motion, speed reduced by 80%. So as you can see, when I'm taking time to confirm my sight, so what's happening is the red dot comes up, it flashes over my target. I then take an extra 2/10 of a second to confirm it, and then I break the shot. That is how I would ordinarily shoot. Now, some of you might think that is extremely dangerous, but it's important to note that a sub-second draw stroke is something you're going to do, in my opinion, and we are in the realm of opinion, at extremely close distances. Where missing is where you almost point shooting. Okay, so you're not going to do this at a moving target at 15 meters. So my practice on my target was between 7 and 10 meters. And as you can see from this target, I'm not sensationally accurate, but I am still hitting the white piece of paper at 7 to 10. I would go so far as to say a sub-second draw stroke is something you are probably only going to do at extremely close distances. The second thing I did on the how to do it is, guys, this is going to really rub a lot of people the wrong way. Forget the concept of slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Slow is slow. Smooth is generally faster. But slow and smooth is still slow. The next thing, guys, is you're going to have to invest in one of these. This is a Speed Timer 3000, which is a tremendously awesome name. I don't have any hookups. I don't have any good deals. Shot timers are expensive. It is the reality of it. But I'll tell you right now, without a shot timer, it is going to be nearly virtually impossible to achieve a sub-second draw stroke. When you do a sub-second first shot draw stroke, what you're doing is you're hearing the beep, perceiving it, clearing your cover garment, getting a grip on your firearm, bring your firearm up, releasing your cover garment, achieving a grip, pressing it out, and squeezing the trigger. And you've also got to get your red dot on that target, or at least perceive it on the target. To do that in under a second is, to many people, it's going to be impossible. You need something to tell you where you are and how much faster you need to go. And then also, if you are a multiple firearm owner, if you own multiple different holsters, guys, it is worth it to be able to ensure you can do this with the holsters you're going to EDC. So if you're going to EDC your Canic in a Shinobi Kydex holster, you kind of need to be able to do it with a Shinobi Kydex holster. If you're going to EDC your Glock 19 in a Southwest holster, you need to be able to do it with a Southwest holster. I will tell you, once you can do it, you pretty much can do it, okay? Your body begins to move at the required speed to pull it off. I will also say, anyone teaching this must be able to do it. The reason I say that is there are physiological things that you undertake in trying to achieve a sub-second draw stroke that someone who can't do it won't know about. For example, after about my first week of practicing at that speeds, I began to get incredible elbow pains and forearm aches, because you must remember you are moving almost to within the limits of what human beings are capable of doing. There's very few things human beings are capable of doing on a conscious level that happens under a second, on a conscious level. Okay, we're not really designed to move things at that speed. So guys, so for me, and this is going to be a bit of a sidetrack, but for me, an instructor's ability to show their work has become more important. You know, you got guys like here in Cape Town, Anton Bukes from Concealment Training, who posts a lot of videos about his abilities. You've got Kinetic Solutions, that's Adrian Burrows, who is a world-class level shooter. You've got guys like JC Lamprecht from Bravo Tactical Africa. We all know how good he is with a firearm. I mean, his firearms seem to not recoil. I've been on many courses with him, as well as I've been on course with Adrian. These guys are exceptionally high-level shooters. And I'm almost at the point where I'm saying, if an instructor can't show me what they can do, it's one of two things. One, either he's got the private contract, or two, it's because he more than likely can't do what he's saying he can do. So the next time you're having an argument with someone about firearms, say, can you please show me your work so I can understand you are talking from a place of knowledge, or are you talking from a place of you saw a guy who knew a guy once and now you think you're that guy. I will also say, guys, if you are unsure about whether you should be trying to do this, you shouldn't be trying to do it, okay? You need to have 100% confidence in your ability to know what this finger is doing at all times. Remember, you are doing a lot in under a second. So don't be an idiot. Take care. That is how I achieved my sub-second draw stroke. Obviously, then there's obviously a ton of practice. I'm at the point where now, if I want to, I can do it 7 times out of 10. And as you saw, as I showed earlier on, your accuracy at distance will suffer. As EDC'ers, that should never be acceptable. I'm going to try to push to get better at accuracy, but I am where I am, and you guys who follow me for a long time know I don't really bullshit. You know, where I am is where I show I am, because what's the point of me trying to look better than what I actually am? That is where I am. But let's talk about why I wanted the sub-second draw stroke. This is why. So I wanted to get to that point quicker than anyone else could possibly get to it if I ever had to use my firearm in real life. As the good guys, we are always behind the ball. We are always catching up. Think about it this way. The bad guy woke up this morning deciding to rob you. You did not wake up this morning deciding to get robbed. And as much as we try to always be in a state of readiness, we are always going to be reactive. So if I can react at that speed as an average, and I'll tell you this right now, with regards to your abilities, you are more than likely going to be as good as the average of your training. Meaning, if your fastest is 1 second and your slowest is 2 seconds, in a real life situation, you're probably going to be around 1.5, maybe even worse on your best day. So as good guys, we always have to operate at the next highest level. We have to be at a position where we are better than the bad guys. Now, the advantage of doing this is it's easier to go slowly, and you're going to be more accurate as you slow down. But now, the fact that you are training sub-second, your slow is going to be fast. Have a look at this. So guys, that is my speed and accuracy now when I'm taking the time to do an extra sight confirmation step. Okay, whereas previously, before I started on this journey, that would have been my top speed. I'd have been like rushing through it. But when I went back to my normal speed, which is between, say, 1114, hovering around there, it felt so slow to me. And as you could see, at basically between 7 and 10 meters, I could hit that target quite comfortably. So the advantage of training to go that fast is that you can slow down. It's easier to slow down when you need to than it is to speed up. You are not going to shoot faster and more accurately on the day you're required to. You're probably going to shoot slower and less accuracy. So operating on a super high level is going to give, or super high speed, is going to give you that time to slow down if you need to. And then guys, for someone like me who is on social media, I feel it's important for me to hold myself to a high standard and try to achieve the highest standard always. You know, it's at the point now we got 10K on YouTube, we got like 24K, 23, 24K on Facebook, and I think 9K on Instagram, where it's getting to a point now where more people are hearing what I'm saying and more people are seeing what I'm doing. And I still believe that as an EDCer, as my base requirement, I have to hold myself to a really high standard. And this is part of that standard. Am I going to do every single draw stroke at under a second? No, I don't, not by any chance. Am I going to get better at doing sub-second draw strokes? Absolutely, and I'm going to chronicle that process. So my desire is to one day have the accuracy required to get every shot inside the circle in under a second at 10 meters. It's very, I'll tell you now, it's very difficult, and I'm not overly talented. And then lastly, guys, the final why is just having the confidence and the peace of mind. The biggest problem that a lot of us face is we lack the confidence to act. And being able to do this helps me to know, look, I can achieve something most human beings can't achieve. So if I'm ever faced with a human being, I have the potential to operate at a level that they can't operate at. And that gives you a lot of confidence. And confidence, not conceitedness. Humble confidence is very important in the first responder, the protector, the masculine man, that sort of thing. We have to have the confidence within ourselves that we are able to act. And so those are my whys as to why I did it. Guys, as I said, this is I consider myself a trained amateur. I'm not an expert, I'm not an instructor. This was my journey to the sub-second draw stroke. You saw the pictures, you saw my accuracy and the accuracy differential between sub-second and over a second. So that's something you have to bear in mind. And like I said, if this is something you're going to consider doing, you want to ensure that you're going to be safe. Don't do anything stupid, you know, because if one EDC does something stupid, it affects all of us. Don't forget to my patrons, Mechanic Red Dot coming your way at the end of October. I give away more gear on Patreon than anyone is giving away anywhere in South Africa. So I just want to say a massive thanks to you guys for keeping the channel alive. That is it, guys. I will see you next week for my review of the Canic Armourers course. Until then, have a good week. Be safe, train hard. Cheers. God bless.